Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
I got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Dreddy. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bought it in Nashville. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me a Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that say to go with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
California, cause there's no place like California.
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state, you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air, Petty to the Detroit. Don't tell him he saw how heavily he balls. Every project, every seashore. And I ain't content trying to see more nomadic. I probably wind up alone. All it takes is a melody to remind me of home. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
California, no place like California.
C-A all day.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Jets going up against the Saints. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
Thank you very much, Larry. As usual, the streets of the nearby French Quarter are alive as we are in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. Tailback. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push him back more. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time. And it paid off on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Second down now after the incompletion. And the wideout in motion. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked them down in a hurry.
Let's go! Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Now he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops. There he goes again.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Here we go.
Halfback sent in motion. Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. There we go. Grand 38.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before.
Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3-and-out. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So make it back-to-back sacks, and the second one cost him a couple of points.
And the easy thing is to put this all on the offensive line, but maybe they need to start changing their game planning and their calls. Quicker passes, running plays, especially when you're this deep in your own territory.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Under a minute to go. Clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 5 here to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
All right, now, look at 56.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that run was what a lot of people called an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. but it's now 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down following the run. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Let's go!
Now back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a carry here for their fullback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38. Ohio.
In motion goes the tight end. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Can't find anyone open. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now he'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll avoid the tackle there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Come on, let's go. 190.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got time. Flushed out right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's round. Check it backer, check it backer. Let's go. Let's round.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go. Ryan 38. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a tempo program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
Yeah, a nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Ohio. Ohio. Come on, let's go. 190. 190. Ohio.
Off the the play fake. He'll look to throw. Finding time. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their big tight end with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. There's no doubt that his size is a factor, but I've seen a lot of big running backs in the league not have that kind of impact because they don't run like a big back should. Get behind their pads, as they like to say, lower center of gravity, and knock people backwards. Sometimes they run too upright and take too many hits. Not this guy. He knows how to get low, break tackles, and gain additional yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll run it here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And it's good. It cuts it to 2, 16-14 our score. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here.
Ohio! Let's go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That one complete to Anderson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third down and 3. The shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Wants to pass. Here we go. White, 90. White, 90. Got it, got it, got it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No. Detroit! Detroit!
Another pistol look here. Now they try the right side here. Muscles him off. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Check, Patriot! Let's go! Blue, leopard!
And again this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, effort.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro with 3 seconds to go. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Jets are going to win the football game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like, don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up what your friends think. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme. Going down, pass it around, hey. Roll with me now, we running wild, hey. And nobody getting, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blowing down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody getting. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Blowing down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody getting. We on the town. Hey.